Shout out to Mom Jamie who actually gave me this shirt. It says, "Warning, I'm not listening." It's a very nice shirt to wear when you're actually reading out in public and people are just like, and you just won't want to talk. Oh, I almost forgot to. Thumbnail. Yes, I do have a cheat sheet and it's a recycled paper.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed.
Hey guys, it's John, and in today's video we are going to do the guilty reader tag. I saw this tag from Wes of Weston's Book World, and I immediately thought that I really need to do this tag. This tag is just, it calls out to me, you know? Like, I have a lot of things to say about this one, and let's get right into it. Question number 1 is, have you ever regifted a book that you have been given? The honest answer to this is yes, I have. Sometimes you receive books that are not really your cup of tea, or like some of the books that I receive are something that I really enjoy, but I don't see myself rereading the books, so I decided that it would be better to actually give the book to someone else that might actually like it instead of just keeping it on my shelf to just accumulate dust. Question number 2, have you ever said you've read a book even though you haven't? I never actually said that I have read a book that I haven't, simply because it's just a bother for me to say that I actually read a book that I have not even read. Whenever someone asks you a charade of questions and you just don't know what to say because you just lie to them that you actually read a book that you haven't even read. So I don't think it's a good idea to actually say that you've read a book. But if you can include me saying that I have read a book even though I haven't finished it yet, yes, I do say that. Sometimes that someone asks me if I have read a book and then I'm in the state of reading it or in a state of DNFing the said book, I always say that I have read the book even though I haven't even finished it yet. Question number 3, have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? I believe in the saying that you should not do unto others what you don't want others to do to you, so I don't borrow and not return a book. It's a cardinal sin for book lovers to just borrow and not return a book. It's because book is a precious thing for readers, and not giving it back is punishable by death. I have experienced this many times, and sometimes it's just annoying to keep bothering the person to actually give the book back. So if I ever have someone borrow a book, it's either I do lend them the book or I tell them that I don't lend a book. It's just that simple. Sometimes I just don't lend my book because I don't want to ask people to actually give me back my books. If they want to give it back, they will give it back. If they don't want to give it back, then shame on them, right? Question number 4 is, have you ever read a book or a series out of order? To be honest with you, I have actually read a book out of order. The very first book that I have read out of order, actually I did not get to read the entire series, but I did read I think it's the 13th book in the Alex Cross's series by James Patterson. I have been given the book titled Double Cross. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the 13th book, and I wasn't really into searching books in Goodreads, so I really didn't know until later into my book reading career that I actually have the opportunity to search and learn that I actually read, if I'm not mistaken, the 13th book in a series. What's good about it though is you can actually read James Patterson's Alex Cross series without actually really getting into the first book, I think, because the substance of the book is related but is not necessarily required to be read in order. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, James Patterson fans. The next book that I stupidly read out of order was The Retribution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I just bought it from Book Depository and I was reading it late at night and I was like, what's happening? Why is everything destroyed? Why are they somewhere in this place? What's happening? I'm just so confused, and I was like, I really need to search what's happening right now. And then I get into the Goodreads section and search that The Retribution of Mara Dyer is actually the last book in the trilogy, and Yes, I did read the last book and literally halfway through before I actually searched it. Question number 5 is, have you ever spoiled a book for somebody? I don't think I've ever spoiled a book for somebody, but... Oh, actually, I think I did. We have this group chat where we chat, and sometimes we say things about our favorite books and we end up actually spoiling people just because we don't quickly realize that they haven't actually read the book. So, sorry. Question number 6 is, have you ever dog-eared a book? In my early reading life, I actually do dog-ear and annotation and all that stuff on the exact book. But as my reading career progresses, I want them to look more pristine. Although some people say that battered books are being shown love because you use them all the time, you read them all the time. It's just that for me, it's just no. I mean, it's okay. Sometimes I rip my book apart and I don't feel bad about it just because I know that I own the book and that it really doesn't matter what you do with your book since it's your book. But personally, I think I want my book to look pristine. Question number 7 is, have you ever told somebody that you don't own a book even though you do? The quick answer to this would probably be yes, because sometimes you just don't want random people asking you to borrow your book even though you're just new friends or you just knew each other right then and there. But most of the time, I do not lie about owning a book. It's just that if I don't want to lend my book, it's my right to not lend it since I am the one who purchased it and I am the one who paid for it. So there's no real problem in there. Question number 8 is, have you ever told somebody that you have not read a book even though you have actually read it? Just like the other questions similar to this one, I do not like to lie about reading or not reading a book. It's just that it's very, it's a waste of energy, it's a waste of time to actually lie about it. And if they actually have the time to research, they can look into your Goodreads account if you actually update it, or into your social media account and find out that you have actually read a book. Be proud even though you have read something that is not actually your cup of tea. Like for myself, I always say that I have read Twilight even though a lot of people don't actually like it. I actually did have fun with it. It's just that it's not something that you would want to get back into reading because I think the entirety of it is just too flat. The characters, I think, just don't have that much depth. Question number 9 is, have you ever skipped a chapter or a section of a book? Yes. No. I have not skipped a chapter, but I think I've skipped a section of a book. It's just that, no. I actually did not skip a chapter nor a section of a book. It's just that I skim. Yeah, I think that's skipping. Too stupid for me. Sometimes you read a book and it's just not that interesting. You end up skimming the book just to finish it because personally, I do not like to DNF books. As much as possible, I want to finish it because sometimes you just want to give the book the opportunity to blossom. Some books are slow on the uptake, but when you get into it, they're actually pretty good. But some of the books that I have read that taught me that maybe DNFing is actually good, since I just don't want to waste time on a book. Those are the books that made me skim. That book was Blue Bottle Tree. Question number 10 and the last question is, have you ever bad-mouthed a book that you actually liked? Let's get back to the previous question. No. I do not like to lie about the books. If I like a book, I like a book regardless of what other people thinks about it. It's because we have our own opinions, and if someone hates a book that you love, it's them, not you. And they are free to give an opinion about the book as much as you are free to love the book. And I think that's what's fun about reading. It's that a lot of people have different perspective on a book, and someone might like a book, someone might love a book, someone might hate a book, and someone might be neutral about it. And that's fine. And I think that's what's unique about the book community. And you will learn a lot from having different perspectives in a book. People will say some parts that they don't like, which you might not have noticed on your earlier readings. And then when you get to reread a book, you actually say that, oh, this person have a point, and actually this and that. It's a matter of perspective. And I think we have the rights to have and formulate our own opinion. I am tagging Jazz of Bibliobanshee, Ian of Ian Reads, Louise of Louisity, and Court from Court the Reader. That's it for today's video, so thank you so much for watching. If you do like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to get updates on my YouTube channel, please feel free to click that bell button down below so you will get notified when I have new videos. Thank you so much for watching.